understand why you're talking about a petition when literally they have been working for me and they're still going to continue to work with me. Like, I don't understand why people are so bored out of their mind that they think things are going to work. And not only that, I mean, I deleted the comment or the DM, but you were also being racist in the DMs and being texturous by calling my hair nappy. So let's talk about that. You hide behind a fake profile calling someone's hair nappy while trying to petition for me not to get paid. That is just so weird. Yes, it's like that because I have to charge my phone because my portable charger wasn't charged. My mom didn't say the N-word. My mom's never said the N-word, so I don't even know what you're talking about. Don't lie on her like that. Okay, I had to get off TikTok and come here because I can say what I want freely without getting restricted. Like, I'm so sick and tired of that stupid trailer trash bitch. Shelterchu be talking shit about me like she even fucking matters to anybody when she needs to shut the fuck up and go the fuck away. I don't even know why she's over here talking about Jolly Roll and trying to insert herself in this Jolly Roll controversy, saying that I guess she got bullied by Bunny or something. No one gives a fuck, you stupid bitch. Why don't you go somewhere else? I'm so fucking sick and tired of this parasite literally talking shit about me. And it fucking annoys me that she got away with lying on me. I did not have access to the GoFundMe, and I was not spending money from the GoFundMe, so why people are fucking celebrating is so crazy beyond me, because I'm gonna sue you motherfuckers for lying. If you think you're gonna still get away with that shit, you're not gonna get away with that shit. And Jay pisses me the fuck off too, and Jay needs to shut the fuck up. And so does that other stupid ass motherfucking guy that wants to run his fucking gums on the internet and talk shit about me, because yes, I am mad. And I'm gonna talk my shit because I have every right to talk my shit. Over there doing this, but he doesn't know how to shut the fuck up looking stupid online. With your stupid ass looking, this unfortunate, lopsided ass face. Running your mouth too motherfucking much, and you think you mean something and your words fucking matter, but they don't matter. Because you're a punk bitch who talks shit about someone you don't even know the fuck about. Talk about people for a living because you make money. I don't gotta talk about people to make money. We two different motherfucking people. Talk about yourself, bitch, and try to make money. You can't. Your life isn't that interesting. That's why you talk about other people's lives. And I don't even know his name, or do I care to know his name? Like, these people are insufferable ass people that literally have no meaning or matter in life, and they want to come on here and treat people like trash when they are lowlifes. They're people that literally hate and hate themselves. And I'm trying to be as nice as I can to people, but I'm tired of being too fucking kind and not being ruthless to people, because they think they can run their trash ass mouth, they can run their stinky ass mouths, and think that they can get away with doing shit. Like, Shelterchu just pisses me off. Oh, I gonna believe back then. Oh, Jelly Roll this, Jelly Roll that. You're only inserting yourself and defending Nicole Arbor because you're a fucking racist. So it's okay for other people to be racist. It's okay for other people to say and do things, and nobody calls them out. Oh, everybody's on Nicole's side, but forgot that Nicole was being fat phobic when she said, "Dear fat people." Not only that, Nicole Arbor said that she can't be racist because she never owned slaves, and that it would. She was saying like it was kind of cool. It would be like, oh, I didn't own slaves. It would be cool to have someone doing all the work for you, but I don't have that. Like, what are we doing? And then Shelterchu defending her after she's the one who her husband came out and said that she was abusive. Nicole Arbor Arbor is an abuser. Is that what you defend, Ashley Trippy? Is that who you're tagging in your comment sections, being buddy-buddy with, an abuser? Why don't you make a video on Nicole, your friend? That's just like Oprah Winfrey defending Harvey Weinstein. She's your friend, so you're not going to say shit. Right? Even though Nicole Arbor's stuff is coming back out because she's going viral. And let's talk about Santoki. She's literally a Trump supporter. She's lying to everyone. She voted for Trump. And then she sat here saying that people educated her and that's why she didn't vote for Trump. That's a fucking lie. She did. Because she literally tried to say, people educated me about Trump. That's why I didn't vote for him. It's everywhere. You could see what Trump has said. It's everywhere. You see what Trump has done. You're on social media. Then you want to lie to people? Okay, so how long you gonna lie for, transphobic bitch? Everyone is against transphobia until it's someone that they like. Oh, now all of a sudden you want to defend Santoki, but she's transphobic. There's a whole Reddit page about her. She said some stuff on Instagram, and y'all be defending her, and then you say, well, you did this, but you did that. Okay, I was not transphobic, and trans people try to tell you all that. But you're sitting here literally defending someone. So transphobia is okay when it comes to your face. That's when you stop. That's when you don't call anybody out on it. It's okay for everybody else, right? When do I care? I've always cared about trans rights. Hello. I've always cared about trans rights. I literally knew trans people. My friend, when she was alive, she was friends with a lot of people in the community. Those people are the most kindest, nice people that I have ever met. And when people want to say that they're afraid of sharing a bathroom with them, I was not afraid. I've shared bathroom with trans people that have never harmed me. You know who has been predatory towards me and tried to harm me? Men. That's who. I can't even sit outside by myself without some man trying to walk up to me, trying to have sex with me. That is insane. And I'm not even having a conversation. I was talking to my phone and he thought he could just come up and try. Like, no. Men make me feel 100% uncomfortable. That's the reason why I stopped leaving my house at all. If we really want to be truthful about it. Because every time I go out somewhere, there's always some man asking me if I need a ride. There's always some man trying to hit on me. There's always some man doing something, right? And because if I don't have anywhere to go where I'm going to the store and coming back, or if I don't have somewhere, like if I was going to the art studio, or if I was going somewhere, you know what I mean? Where I had a destination and I was coming back, then that's when I go outside. Otherwise, I don't go outside. And for me, I don't know how to tell people leave me alone or no. I just shut down and I'm quiet. And even when I am quiet, they still think that's an invitation to keep talking to me. If I'm not talking to you, then why are you talking to me? I'm not talking to you. Santoki was not rooting for me. Actually, she lied on me and said that I scammed people, and then got mad when I said that her GoFundMe could be a scam and maybe her cat wasn't really sick. Nowhere did I even make fun of her cat's disability. Santoki was not rooting for me because Santoki was always a big bully ass bitch. I'm so sick and tired of white women thinking they can come on the internet and be big bullies and get away with doing things like telling people to take Tylenol and unalive themselves as a large content creator with hundreds of thousands of followers, telling someone to unalive themselves. Which I took a screenshot of her resharing some stuff and saying that. Oh, but that's 100% okay. Right? Well, Santoki is white, and Santoki is a Trump supporter. But that's not something you make jokes of, especially telling someone to take double the Tylenol. Like, why would you tell someone that? Why would you tell someone to take their life, being the large content creator that you are? Like, why would you even say that to somebody? Oh, look. I don't know if it's kind of blurry, but that's when Fluffy saw my Instagram story that I posted about him when I found his shirt at the bus bench when they left the shirt there. Yeah. You know what someone sent me? Someone sent me a picture of them harming themselves with cuts all down their wrists and it's bleeding. Of them self-harming themselves, or a self-harm picture of somebody else with cuts all down their wrist and them bleeding. This is what she said. I'm teething like a baby. Can this year be double the Tylenol, please and thanks? That's literally a white woman in the profile picture. She is literally a white woman. That is literally a white woman who is literally saying, can this year be double the Tylenol, please and thanks? And that's not the only thing, right? Because I got more screenshots. Like, why are you telling someone that? You're a large content creator with a huge following, and you're telling them to kill yourself. Oh, this is what someone says. You should cut yourself to queen. Maybe you'll lose some pounds. I should unalive your R-worded ASS. I should kill your R-worded ASS. You like your stupid brother. My brother is not stupid, but okay. And to tell me that I should take me out like my brother is crazy. Oh, that's what she reposted. It says here that she reposted where it says, take double the Tylenol or something about how is this okay to say as a big content creator. And she reposted that like it's funny. Like, you as a big content creator telling someone to take their life and people be cheering you on is so weird to me. Trigger warning, because this is what someone sent me. Yeah. That's what someone sent me. Like, how is that okay? Like, do y'all think that's okay? And then they told me to cut myself. Like, what is wrong with people? Oh, and then here's some more. Because we're not done. Where did I see it? Oh, then someone told me, are you ready to go out Donald Jr. style? But I saw something else, and I guess not, so. Well, someone sent it to me. Like, people don't believe I get that stuff, so that's why I showed it. Because nobody's gonna believe that I'm getting that. Like, why send that to me, and why tell me to do that? I know nobody cares. Well, who cares? You can report it all you want. You just be defending that stuff. I don't do anything to provoke anybody. First of all, I don't know why Santoki is talking about me instead of doing ASMR, like what her page is for. Who cares about Smokey? I don't care. I don't care if it's Santori, Santoki, whatever. I don't care about saying her name properly. First of all, Santori is a fucking ASMR channel and should stick to ASMR. She should stick to that instead of talking about people. All they ever do is talk about my fucking GoFundMe. Okay, bitch, you mad because you don't got no fucking money. Because why are you talking about someone's GoFundMe? People are mad because they don't got no money. You wouldn't care about someone's GoFundMe. Oh, she's spending money. She's scamming y'all. What money? I earned the money from TikTok to spend. If I spend the money from TikTok, what the fuck is it to you? Considering the fact that I have no clothes. I had no clothes. They couldn't give me any donations because they couldn't find clothes in my size. So I had to go buy me some clothes. So what are you talking about? Why are you mad? Considering the fact that it is proven from GoFundMe, I didn't scam anyone. Who cares if they're not homeless? You still can have a place and be broke as fuck and have no money. People are mad because they got no money. It doesn't matter. They're living in a place struggling to continue to pay their rent. People can have a place and still struggle. That is a thing. I'm so sick and tired of people talking about my GoFundMe. Get a new topic. Why are you so mad that I received $7,000 that I didn't even get because it got refunded to everyone? If I was spending everybody's money, then why did they get their money back? Like, people are just so insufferable. Yes, I am mad. I am, because people let people get away with shit. They don't tell them anything. How did I get scamming if there is proof from GoFundMe that the reason they closed and refunded everyone was because they couldn't get a hold of Ryan, my brother's friend? They said if we can't get a hold of him, we're going to refund people's money. He's the one who started the GoFundMe. Because he started the GoFundMe and I didn't have access to it, because I didn't start it, they said we have to talk to whoever started the GoFundMe in order for you to receive your funds. I sent them my brother's death certificate. I also sent them proof. And they still said they needed to get a hold of Ryan. So Ryan, they couldn't get a hold of him. You want to know what happened when they couldn't get a hold of Ryan? They refunded people's money. I got a freaking email, which all I have to do is ask GoFundMe to provide me all this information when I take people to court and sue the fuck out of their ass for lying on me. Ryan does exist, dummy. That's one of his friends from the car club. Stupid ass. He didn't go ghost. I didn't have contact with Ryan. I had contact with someone else who contacted Ryan, who was helping get in contact with Ryan. They stopped getting in contact with me. For whatever reason, I do not fucking know. All I know is I couldn't get a hold of him. My brother's friends that my brothers were friends with at the car meets, some of them I don't have their number because I didn't know them that well. Some of them I have their number because I know them. Ryan was one of those people I didn't have his number. The only person who had contacted him, I was contacting him. I was talking to him. He stopped responding to me. It is your fault, especially when you falsely reported for scamming, it is your fault. You make false reports, you're gonna get sued. I don't care what you try to say. Shelterchu is gonna get sued. I got proof. He didn't say that. He never said that. He didn't say fuck you. He never told me that. And he never said that about my brother either. So you don't know anything. You just be making up stuff. Do you know that there's a thing called pro bono lawyers that will literally fight my case? No, they didn't rightfully take it down, and I am going to sue people for lying. He didn't fake my family out of money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Ryan didn't get the money. GoFundMe gave it back to people. They literally refunded people because they said that they couldn't get a hold of Ryan, so they're refunding people's money. If they're refunding people's money, how did Ryan get any money? He didn't do anything to scam us out of money. He was genuinely helping us because the other person didn't contact him to let him know that we were receiving the GoFundMe money. That is why he literally doesn't know. He probably has no way to contact me. So how is he going to contact me, especially when he doesn't really know me like that? Some of y'all literally want to blame other people but y'all selves. You are not escaping this. Shelterchu is not escaping the defamation. She is still getting sued. GoFundMe is not going to... Ryan has nothing to do with that. He's not involved. Lying on the internet and saying I scammed people out of money. Okay, well, where's all this stuff that I bought? I would have had a lot more bags than what I had at Ross for the $7,000 I received. Where's the $7,000? How come I don't have more things than just $7,000 worth of stuff? And second of all, how am I able to continue to keep making GoFundMes? And how is my GoFundMe still up? How do I have a GoFundMe account if I scammed people? You know, GoFundMe would have completely IP banned me off their app if I was scamming people. If I spent all the $7,000, then I would have a lot more stuff than what I have. Where's all the stuff that I got for $7,000? My mom's family gave me $300 that I used to buy pajamas and clothes that I didn't have at Ross when someone decided to take a picture and say that I was spending GoFundMe money. How do I spend GoFundMe money when I don't have the password to the GoFundMe? If I didn't have access to that GoFundMe, how am I spending money? Do you know how long it takes to receive a large amount of money on GoFundMe? Because, mind you, that money was raised. It would have took a while for that money to process. It doesn't process right away when you process money. So when you process thousands of dollars on GoFundMe, especially if it's a large amount of money, it'll take a while to process. I would have spent it on burying my brother. I also would have spent it on getting me a car that I needed a car to get around. I would have also spent it on learning to drive. But clearly, you don't get to sit here and tell me what I should spend my money on. That money would have been to help me and my mom move, which we no longer have. Fucking crazy that you love to sit here and tell someone what they can or cannot do with their money. That money said for burying my brother, it was for burying my brother. So why are you sitting here running your mouth and talking shit and defending people lying on me. GoFundMe contacted me because it's my brother. Do you not understand? They said they needed to get a hold of Ryan to give me the funds. That's why they reached out to me, to give me time to help them find Ryan, contact Ryan so I could get my money. Instead of just closing the case or closing the GoFundMe, they wanted me to get a hold of that person, right, before they refunded people. And that did not work out. I contacted people. They said they couldn't get a hold of him. My brother still isn't buried. So yeah, you support child labor too. Everything you use is child labor, including the cell phone that you're using right now. You're on a cell phone, right? You're on a smartphone. That's child labor. A lot of the parts in your phone come from children that have to mine for this stuff. The stuff which I think is cobalt, which is in your phone, is literally mined by children. Talking about I support child labor, and you on a phone that was child labor. Hello? Not my fault. I can't afford that type of money. I'm not the one that lied and said I scammed people. I didn't spend any money from the GoFundMe. How is that my fault? That people lied. I don't, she's gonna get sued and that's all there is. Nothing you could say. I got proof. I got receipts. I literally got the receipts that they said the reason why that they refunded people is because they couldn't get a hold of Ryan. It had nothing to do with me scamming people from GoFundMe. No matter what you say, it's not gonna work. I did say trigger warning before I showed it. I said trigger warning. Are you hard of hearing? No. I got thousands in cash apps, and you know what I did with the cash apps? I literally paid money to go see my mom back and forth Lyft, which I have receipts for that. I went to the hospital and I went home because the area I was in, I used to live in that area, and it's not a safe area at night, and I did not want to get the bus back at night. I stayed until 7 o'clock, and then I left at 7 o'clock, and then I ordered dinner at 8 o'clock, and then I went home. The thousands of dollars I received went to Lyft. Do you know how much money people donated? $1,000. I didn't get any more than that. People did donate on, PayPal, I think it was, but it wasn't that much. The only amount I received was $1,000. I'm talking about when she was in the hospital. I'm not talking about now. I can't afford to see her right now. But in the hospital for the whole week, I paid Uber, or no, not Uber, Lyft, because I take Lyft. I paid for Lyfts to and from where I was staying at to see her in the hospital. The CEO of GoFundMe is not going to sue me because I didn't violate any guidelines. I didn't scam anyone out of money, Vixen. Why would the CEO of GoFundMe sue me for? I didn't break any laws on GoFundMe. You're literally just, you say the stupidest shit. No wonder why your mom fucking didn't want you. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying not to be rude. How did I scam people then? Where's all the stuff that I bought? First of all, I got free stuff from Temu, and people try to say that I bought that. I didn't buy that from Temu. Temu gave me that stuff. I don't give two shits about my on here saying I don't give two shits. Have you went to go see your mom? Have you talked to your mom today? I don't think the fuck not. Some of you guys literally don't even visit your parents. Like, what the
Girl,
heck?
shut your lying bitch.
Is that all you got to say? Really? Is that all you got to say? Is that all you have to say? Silenced. That's what that is. Girl, shut your lying big ass. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Your mom should have used the coat hanger. Seriously, girl, you need to shut your lying big ass. I ain't lying. I literally got proof that I can ask from GoFundMe that shows the reason why they closed it. Like, you shut up. Girl, shut your lying big ass. Is that all anybody has to say? Is that I'm fat? Wow. You look like you were 50 and 15 at the same time. And you didn't even show your face. You were even showing half of your face and you were bald. Like, no one gives a fuck. I don't even know who that was, and I don't even know how they got on the live. I don't even know. All I know is that they're like, shut your big line. You know what? You guys literally just want to run your mouth so you could be heard. Because you got nobody that would listen to you. Your family don't want to hear you. Your friends don't want to hear you. You come online doing this because nobody wants to hear you. I talk about my problems to people that listen to me. Because I have people that want to hear me on and off social media. You just do this because nobody cares about you or your feelings. Nobody asked you, how do you feel today? Are you okay? Because you're not okay. You want someone to tell you, hey, let me give you a hug, because it sounds like you need a hug. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you need Jesus and the Bible. I ain't letting nobody up. I don't let anybody up. You literally were fat phobic. You called me out of my name and called me a bitch. Okay? I'm not a bitch. Your mom's a bitch. So don't even worry about that. Tell her to get on all fours and bark. Please. She probably doing that every night for your dad, so I really don't care. I'm not scared. I'm not going back and forth with someone and arguing because you're mad that I have proof. Why are you trying to fight me over my GoFundMe? Because I raised the money to bury my brother and that bothers you? Because you don't want me to be able to bury my brother? What does a GoFundMe have anything to do with you? I don't have nothing from that GoFundMe. You're mad because I received free samples from the TikTok shop? Oh, so what? You know that anything I want, I could go request a free sample for? I'm not a stupid idiot. I don't have to pay for anything anymore. If I want something, I could go to the TikTok shop and request a free sample and get it. Press on nails, I don't even really have to pay for press on nails. I can receive a free sample. I can request a free sample and get it. You're mad that I receive free samples? Then you got no life. I'm not going back and forth with somebody that's trying to argue with me because you don't know how to shut the fuck up. because you just want to argue for the sake of you don't like me. Why are you here if you don't like me? Block me, bitch. You don't like me. Block me. I don't understand why people still are talking to somebody they do not like. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, close your fucking mouth. Be good. You argue with me because your parents don't want to hear you. Your family does not want to hear you talk. They tell you to shut the fuck up. So that's why you come online arguing with people, because you can't say what the fuck you want in real life. Nobody wants to hear your fucking problems. I don't care what fucking problems you got. Leave me the fuck out of your problems. You're mad you got problems, so you're taking it out on me. What does my GoFundMe have to do with you? He pretended he wasn't related to me because he didn't want people to harass him, you stupid bitch. That's why. He even told me about the incident, you dumb fucker. They left a note on his car. He pretended he wasn't related to me because he didn't want people to follow him. What do you not like? What in the putting people in danger? Like, you literally put a note on someone's car and then you were going to follow somebody? That is weird. You're literally sitting here defending stalkers. I don't smoke meth, but you're gonna get blocked. Because we don't do drug shaming or, making jokes about drugs. You're gonna get blocked. You know why I do this? Because people are slow and stupid. Maybe if I use these hand gestures, you will understand. You make no sense, Vixen. You sound stupid as fuck. I'm just gonna block you. Because I don't give a fuck. Your brother denied you to save his ass. No, he didn't. My brother doesn't give a fuck. Like, what the fuck? No, you're slow. Okay, and? Well, first of all, when you make short bus jokes, that is literally ableism, so you're getting blocked. A 11-year-old reading level, by the way. Neeps, shut the fuck up already. Like, 11-year-old reading level, like, that is the stupidest thing. It's not called 11-year-old reading level. Like, that proves to me that your mom drank when she was in the trailer. You're that one character on Fairly Odd Parents that was his friend that lived in the trailer. First of all, you said 11-year-old reading level. That's not how that works. Because 11-year-olds can read at a college reading level. Are you stupid? 11-year-olds can read higher sometimes than most people can. There were, I believe it was a 6-year-old or a 4-year-old. But there was someone younger than 11 years old that went to college. And you're over here saying 11-year-old reading level. No wonder why. No wonder why you didn't go to college at a young age. You need to go back to elementary school. That's where you need to go. Like, seriously, you guys come in here and think that you're making someone mad. when really you're not making anybody mad. It's not 6-year-old reading level. Again, you sound stupid. It is grade levels. When people say you read at a grade level, they don't say you read at a 6-year-old level. They say you read at a 7th grade reading level, 8th grade reading level. It's not called 6-year-old reading level, you stupid. It is called grade levels. And the reason why people read at grade levels is because of certain things. When you're trying to bully someone for reading at a grade level, that is called ableism. Do you know what ableism is? Making fun of someone for a disability, which you think that you're exempt of making fun of someone with a disability because no one's going to tell you shit because they're going to defend you. Well, since no one is saying anything in this live stream, you all are ableist. And if you don't say anything and you get mad, you're still an ableist, because I don't know why people get mad when they get called exactly what they are. Seriously. Making fun of someone, I didn't make fun of someone with cancer. That person defended a genocide. So so you support Israel? Is that what you're saying? Okay, you support Israel. I got it. Yes, I am disabled. I had special ed classes. I couldn't learn in normal classes. They had to put me in special ed classes, so yes. Yes. How am I racist? I'm black. And you're getting blocked. Black people can't be racist. I don't have melanoma. I don't have cancer. I didn't abandon my mom in the carjacking. He drove away. I went to go help my mom get out of the car and he drove away, so goodbye. No, I don't talk like this to people in real life. I talk like this to people online so they can understand me, because some of y'all act really slow. Some of y'all don't understand when I'm talking, so I gotta talk slow to you so you can understand every word that I'm saying, because clearly you can't comprehend what I'm saying. I only talk to people that don't comprehend what I'm saying. I don't talk like this to people in real life. Thank you. Because people in real life understand me. You are hurt. You are dealing with hurt. You have too much emotions and you're taking it out on people. What learning disability do I have? Well, I was never diagnosed with anything in particular, but I never focused on my schoolwork. I had to have extra teachers in my classes. All I know is I had special ed classes. Because I had special ed classes, I couldn't learn properly. I failed the class because I was in a regular, it was chemistry. They put me in the wrong class and I was in a regular chemistry class and I failed. And then they realized their mistake and I had to retake that class at summer school because they messed up. Calling me slow is literally ableism. And I didn't call anyone slow. I meant slow like you move slow. I wasn't saying slow like that. I'm saying you move slow. That's why I have to speak slow so you can understand and comprehend. Because I'm not going to be rude to people when they come up and ask me for pictures, because I don't know who's a troll and who's not. I'm not going to attack someone for no reason, especially if they're not being rude. If they're not being rude and they're just asking for a photo, okay. But I'm not going to take my frustrations out on them, and they're not even a troll. Some of these people that ask for photos may not be a troll, and if they are, oh well, but I'm not going to be rude to them. So yeah. I don't talk like this to people in real life because I'm a firm believer of not matching energy anymore. I'm not gonna do it. I'm trying so hard not to be rude to people online, but sometimes it just annoys me. People say, well, just ignore. I support abusers, you support abusers. What are you even talking about? Why are you even coming in my live saying that stuff? Because you support Ashley Trippy, right? That's why you came in here. You want to come defend her. That's what you're doing. You come defend these people that do horrible things and you excuse it. So go somewhere else. I'm too scared. I am not going to talk to someone like this in real life. If they're coming up and asking me for a photo, why am I going to snap at them? They're just asking for a photo. They're not being rude. I am diagnosed. I just told you that. I was in special ed classes. I didn't get a full diagnosis. All I know is I was in special ed. I just got diagnosed with major depression and PTSD. I do have diagnosis that when you look up in the computer, it says that's what I have my diagnosis are. Why are you even concerned with that? You know what is crazy? Is you're the reason why people, like, okay, let's talk about the whole Carmelo Anthony situation. Like, you're just going to harm someone even though they didn't do anything to you. So if someone comes up and asks you for a photo, you're gonna scream and yell at them and treat them horrible because they asked you for a photo. That's not being scared. No one came up to me being rude. If they did, I would have said something. They don't come up to my face because they're scared. Someone yelled something at me while driving away because they were scared. They told me to go home. Get the fuck out of that mom van and tell it to my face. You were in a mom van, by the way. A gray minivan telling me to go home instead of getting out of the car and saying it to my face. They wouldn't dare say it to my face. No one talks shit to my face. They ask me for a photo, then they go back online and use their keyboard warrior fingers and talk shit after they met me and didn't say shit to my face. Girl, okay, Miss Kitty J, so what? You got a multitude of issues. Like, why are you on here telling everyone your issues? I'm not your therapist. Go tell your therapist your issues. No one cares that you got a plethora of issues and you work. Good for you. Tell Dr. Phil your issues. Don't tell me your issues. I could care less about your issues. I got issues. I could come on here and talk about my issues because it's my life. You don't get to come on here. Go tell your issues to someone else on your life. Go talk about your issues. Don't talk about... don't come on my life and talk about your issues. Go make a live and talk about your issues. That's not how everyone functions. I'm not going to go tell an autistic person or tell someone that they need to act a certain way. Not everyone with disabilities acts the same way as someone with the same disability. There are different people that act different. Not every single autistic person acts the same. Not every person with Down syndrome acts the same. Why do you assume everyone acts the same? And then you just did the, whatever it was, the who has it worse? That's not the whole point. The goodwill, first of all, it wasn't being scared about what happened, and it wasn't goodwill. It was savers. And I'm not going to argue or have a conversation with a minor. I'm not going to yell or get angry or have a conversation with a minor, considering what people are saying online. Are you stupid? That is not even my child. I'm not going to literally discipline someone else's child. You're stupid. You're bringing up the whole situation that didn't even make any sense. Goodwill is not a good place to work, by the way. My brother worked there. Goodbye. No, I didn't talk to minors. I've never talked to minors inappropriately, so what are we even talking about? I didn't support the Columbine shooters. Nowhere did I support the Columbine shooters. Here's the thing, people get bullied and they take their issues out on people, which is not okay. I didn't even support the Columbine shooters. Like, you're stupid. Like, go somewheres. I don't really care. Like, they can go somewhere. Like, seriously. No, Goodwill is a horrible place to work. My brother worked there, and I trained for Goodwill. Everyone, including the manager, got fired except my brother. And I had a friend who worked at Goodwill who no longer works there because Goodwill is a horrible place to work. Goodwill is not a good place to work. I know people that work there. They don't even pay you enough. Now you can ask questions from the block party. I'm not logging off because people don't like me. You need to log off. No one likes you. I do have a job. I get paid from social media. I don't hang out with people. I'm sorry. Well, there's people that do. I have a lot of people that give a fuck. You may not be one of them, but there's people that do. Well, I do have friends, so goodbye. You have no friends. That's why some of y'all keep coming back on accounts after you get blocked. Because you have no friends. You have nothing better to do. You say outrageous stuff to get blocked, and then you come back to get blocked again. It's so stupid. Once you get blocked, just go away. That's that. Why do you keep making accounts? Because you got no life. Imagine making hundreds of emails just to come back. Like, seriously. You get blocked and you come back to be hateful. Well, I'm not getting on social media, so go somewhere. You keep saying that and then you keep getting blocked. Like, don't come back. I can take care of myself. What are you even talking about? Go away. The location is your mama's house. I'm about to become your stepmother. That's the location. I don't go live for free. I just made over $100 on TikTok. That's not free. My favorite yacht rock song is, well, I have a bunch. I like Heart to Heart by Kenny Loggins. I also like Caribbean Queen. Or is that considered yacht rock? I know there's like a Billy Ocean song that I like that's yacht rock. I like the Doobie Brothers. Huh, there's a lot of yacht rock songs that I like. So yeah. Goodbye, Michaela. Like, this is crazy. Like, people keep coming back and then, like, record this. I'm going to bed. Like, why are you guys so invested in my life? Like, go somewhere else. And then y'all be doing the shit that you be calling people out for. You be ableist. You be homophobic. You're all of that stuff. I don't know why people are sitting here questioning. Um, First of all, that's not even like they sent me that and told me to do that. So yeah. I don't care about candy, so you're gonna get blocked. Yeah, it is giving fan behavior. I don't put my life on the internet. Yes, because people question if I'm really bisexual. Like, saying I'm bisexual does not give me attention. Well, now you can go watch from somewhere else. Okay, so now you don't have to watch. So I'm saying I'm bisexual for attention? That doesn't make sense. Why would someone want to go through hate? I got told I was going to hell and I stayed in a place that treated me horribly because I was gay. Why would I choose that? That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make no sense. Why would I want to go through extra hate? You don't choose to be gay. That's very stupid. Happy birthday, Aurora. Like, you make it sound like being gay is a choice. I didn't choose to be gay. I was born that way. I just I just realized I was. Well, I am. I'm bisexual and who cares? Why does that bother you? Because they do need Jesus. They were being rude and nasty. Telling someone they need Jesus, I didn't tell that to someone that said they were gay. Like, go away. You can be religious and gay at the same time. Needs, you can get blocked too. You want to get blocked? Then I would suggest you be quiet. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna block you too. I'm gonna block you too. I'm gonna block you too. How many people really want to get blocked? Yes, I'm bisexual. I don't know how many times I have to tell people that. Rude to people. I'm not even rude. So you just get blocked. You're gonna get blocked too because you're asking personal questions. This live isn't about if I'm a freak. Like, that's just like, who cares if my views go down? Why would I want these people in my life? A non-binary? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't discriminate. Yeah, I'm okay. Why are they still able to comment if I block them? Nobody said I hate Christians. I don't hate all Christian people. To be honest with you, you're defending the ones that use Christian. No, I'm not Pam. Again, I don't know. Well, for me, like I said, and this is not discriminating, this is not hating. I just said that I like both genders, which is male and female. No, I don't have any prayer requests, but thank you for praying for me. Yeah, I'm okay. No, I don't have. Yeah, I'm not gonna do an outfit haul. Yeah, that's bi. Like I said, that's what I am. Well, I only like two. I only like male and female. So yeah. No, I've never had a BF4. I don't have a boyfriend. Just because my favorite color is purple. I'm I don't know, I'm accidentally adding people. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm trying to block people. Sorry. My skin is not dry, it's just textured and it's real oily. My skin is oily. That's not dry, that's oil. My skin is oily. Oh, thank you. Oh, it was an accident. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm blocking people. So yeah. No, guys, I can't add people to the live. Sorry, I don't go live with people. I'm just blocking people and I accidentally click go live with them. I don't know why that's a thing. If I turn the live off, if I turn the live request off, do you do your skincare? No, I need to figure out. Like, I need to talk to a dermatologist. It's see what's excuse me, what my skin, what do you call it? What it is? If I'm combination oily or dry. Yeah, I'm okay. No, I only battled with someone once, but I don't do battle. How's your day been? It's been good. Can you at least respond to me at DMs? I've been supporting you for a long time. I'll try, but I get a lot of negative DMs, so I don't really look at DMs. And I get so many that it's hard to see people's DMs. So I'm sorry. I have like thousands of DMs. But anyways, just what I wanted to say is that I just get frustrated because like people literally just question everything. You know what I mean? I don't. Is there such a thing as period cravings? I never noticed I had period cravings. It's just like I know how I was feeling, right? And I'm not trying to bring up or talk about the situation in a negative way, but like the first person, did you get it? Okay. So what I was going to say was is that okay. So the first love that you ever experienced is from your parents, from your mom and from your dad. Those are your first love. But when I talk about being in love with a woman for the first time, I'm not talking about like it's the difference from your parents to a relationship. Because if you love your parents like that, that's incest. We ain't talking about incest, okay? What I'm talking about is being in love with another woman. That was like the first time I even had felt those feelings towards someone. And for me, right, that's where I realized that I was bisexual. Because I liked a trans woman, right? I liked the trans woman. I had a crush on the trans woman. And I was trying to process those feelings and why I liked that person. Then, after that, right, I don't have a celebrity crush. Sorry, the fan is on, but it's on the lowest setting, and it's hot if I turn it off. So I'm sorry, it's loud, but that's basically, I don't have a choice. I can't turn it off, because if I turn it off, then it'll be hot. Like, see, I can turn it off for a little bit, I guess, while I talk for a little bit. So, for me, right, what I wanted to say is that I realized that when I had feelings towards someone that is trans. Then it went from there to somebody else that I had really strong feelings for. And it wasn't because they gave me attention. It wasn't because, when you hang out with someone, you like, no, like, it, it's more than that. Like, people say looks don't matter. Looks matter a little bit. But it wasn't even that. It was their personality. Like, the feeling like it was home and like I had a safe space. Like I could talk about anything and they would understand. They didn't judge me and they know about my social media. I explained everything. And just having someone who didn't judge me, who stuck around, that's a huge thing for me, right? That's a huge thing for my feelings. And, just trying to process that and go through that emotions and feeling like I was an abomination. Like I literally made that video saying that I felt like I didn't belong and I couldn't say why because I was in a really strict religious place that if I even talked about being bisexual, I would get attacked. They would be really harsh on me, you know? They would be really harsh. Um, they would say some horrible things and they would target me. And even when I left, they said we would hope that people would come to we would hope that you would come to we just want to help people. We would hope people come to see and realize what, like, someone telling me it hurts when someone says that it's wrong for me to be in love with someone of the same sex. And I shouldn't feel that way, that it's wrong when it's not. Like, when I care about someone, like, it's not fair that you're telling me that I can't be myself, that I have to turn that off. That maybe if I just read the Bible, or if I just turn to the Bible, then, I'll be cured. That's not how that works. You know? Like, and it sucks being treated and being told that I'm going to hell, that it's wrong. How do I process that? I really do care about people, You know? Well, it's not necessarily my personal life. I do think that this stuff does need to be talked about because homophobia still exists. And then I got people questioning if I really am bisexual. Like, I am. I truly love someone and it sucks. Because it's like, how do and especially another woman, that's crazy. And then people telling you that's wrong. That's not okay for people to be doing, especially to be using the Bible to talk about that. Well, I think it does need to be addressed. It was another person, and Studchu, I'm not gonna call her Studchu. I got in trouble for that. Actually, we were friends. To be honest, I liked her as a friend. But what I didn't like is people making a relationship that wasn't one saying that I liked her like that. I didn't like her like that. She was just my friend. I can be friends with other women and not like them. It's just weird, and it wasn't her. It's someone that I'm not gonna name. Like, I'm not gonna put them out there like that. I don't, you know. She didn't say that, so go away. Like, we're literally talking about homophobia, and you're talking about that. Yeah. Well, they don't want me to name them anyways. They don't want anything to do with the social media stuff. They don't even want to be. That's why I, I just talk about how I'm personally feeling, and my feelings should matter, right? Go away then. Why are you here? I felt bad for you, but you're never gonna change when you have a cloud of smoke and you're literally smoking in your profile picture, like, which I really don't care what people do. People just care. Well, I do too much. I don't need to take a break. That's not what the issue is. Like, I have a right to talk about my hurt feelings. But what I was talking about is the homophobia and why homophobia shouldn't be allowed. How can I be racist if I'm black? Did you get on? No, I have my data. I just do the airplane mode. I put it in airplane mode, I wait a while, and then I take it off airplane mode, and sometimes it works. No one can be racist except white people. White people are the only people that could be racist because they invented racism. Minorities can't because minorities didn't invent racism. I'm not yelling. I have a tendency to talk loud sometimes. I was angry earlier, but I'm not yelling anymore. I'm trying to talk normally. I have a tendency to talk loud because my mom couldn't hear. She didn't have hearing aids at one point, so I had to talk loud. Really? That's not racism, though. A Japanese person, and especially because Japanese is not a race. Japanese is not a race. If they're born in Japan, that makes them Japanese. Their race is Asian. Sorry, I didn't mean to block that person. I'll unblock you. I'm just blocking a bunch of people. I'm not even that loud. She didn't say I wasn't related to my dad. What are you even talking about? You're getting blocked. I'm not getting worked up before bed. Yes, my I do have a lot of stress which causes my health problems, but I sound ignorant. I'm not gonna call minorities white. You need to do some research because white people invented racism. That's not racism. I just said that though. I said I was yelling earlier and I was frustrated, but I'm not yelling now, so I am trying to focus on myself. I'm just frustrated. Here's the thing. Trying to question me on whether I'm bisexual frustrates me because it's way more than that. It's religion. Stop using religion to be hateful. That's all people ask. Why can't people exist as themselves? Why can't people? Sorry, I swiped out. I don't know what account your account was, but I just started blocking people. I didn't. I don't know. Yeah. But it's literally homophobic. I'm arguing with strangers. How am I arguing? That does not make sense. How am I arguing with strangers when I'm talking about homophobia? Clearly, you must be homophobic. You must be homophobic because I don't know why that bothers you. I'm not even arguing right now. I'm talking normally. Here, let me help you. Like, I don't want you on my page. It is. I know it's technically biphobia. Yes, I will remember you. Miguel was real. I still talk to Miguel. I didn't say arguing with me was homophobic. They literally were saying that I'm arguing with random people. I'm talking about homophobia. That does need to be talked about. Because why is it that that's okay? Questioning if I'm bisexual or not is weird. Like, why are people questioning that? And then saying that I'm bisexual, sorry. And then saying that I'm bisexual for attention. Like, I lost over 2,000 plus followers. I've been getting hate. I've gotten treated horribly in real life for people knowing that I'm gay. I'm not trying to talk bad about the place, but it was super religious, and then I was being told I was going to hell. And I was being questioned about sleeping with a woman, which I don't go out and do. And to literally assume or insinuate that I'm going out and having sex with another woman and saying, well, that is not allowed here. Why are you in someone's personal life to begin with? Not saying that I did do that. I'm just saying, like, that's really weird to do that. Yeah, that was the one. Being bisexual does not mean I'm a victim, so go away. I don't go out there and have sex with someone to question that is so crazy. Sometimes it does get to me to assume that I went out and had sex with somebody is weird. No, I like all races. I don't like one race. No, I couldn't go to the parade because I can't go anywhere for a while. Yeah, but homophobia shouldn't even be a thing. And to be honest, it's not about caring. It's about ending homophobia. We shouldn't allow it to continue. That's why we should keep talking about it. Because people are going to be homophobic, people are going to be transphobic, people are going to do these things because we don't speak about it. No, I wasn't at a concert. I was at a free event when I was able to go. Okay, so what happened was that I was able to go to that free event with Twista. Right, the free event where Twista was performing. After that, something happens, and now I'm not able to go anywhere. I'm not eating boogers. That is literally like, I don't know if they're boiled or what they are, but they're like little bubbles that I get on my fingers. And then I'm peeling the skin. That's what that is. No, I didn't shoot anybody. No, I'm not on house arrest. I don't even have any trouble with the police. No, it wasn't the threat of my safety. I'm just trying not to say anything for safety reasons. Yes, the other place I was at, I was able to leave. I could leave. Okay. It's just a roof. It's just a roof. See, you can see the roof. See, it's just a roof. Anyways, no, I didn't get in trouble. I have same thing. Sorry, my skin. I do. I do. So, yeah. No, hotels have that too. So, yeah. Oh, nice. I don't even know who Jolene is. It's not acne. I do make content outside. I just literally said that. When I'm making content and I'm like close to the screen, it's because I'm trying to block the background so no one sees. That's why. A vampire. Because I hate when I'm doing something and then people are like, you're too close to the camera, back up. No, I've already explained why I'm close to the camera when I'm making videos. Because I'm not going to make videos with a green screen all the time. I do make content. I'm just telling you. Oh, nice. Hold on, y'all. Oh, it's really windy. Just hold on. Okay. Hold on, y'all. go watch this movie. I'm trying not to stress out and I'm trying not to have all these issues, but it's hard. You know, it is really hard. Like, some of you guys don't really understand what it's like to be in my situation. You know, some of you guys don't even understand. Like, I can't explain it. You know, right? Like, it's difficult. Sorry, I'm changing into my jammies. But what I wanted to talk about, well, since we're here, you know, because even though you can't see me, I'm sure you can still hear me for now until yeah, hold on. You know, because, yeah, I do want to talk about it. I feel like it's important. It's not that I choose to respond to negativity all the time. I just have to defend myself. Whether I need to defend myself all the time or not is a question that can't really be answered. Right? I know what people say. I know the whole situation, right? I have people in my personal life that tells me, hey, you don't need to respond to everything all the time. Why do you do it? If you were in my situation, then you would have to understand, right? Ants, little ants. You know what I mean? People are not in my situation. They don't understand the reasonings behind why. Sorry. Hold on, let me flip this. Why I do what I do, right? Like, it is just so frustrating, you know? It's not even questioning. Telling someone to get a job is not questioning. Literally, people are just going to believe what they believe from the internet. Asking if I'm a predator is stupid. I'm not 600 pounds, so. There are some things people question, and you know it's stupid questions. You make money because you have a job, Adele. No one cares. I have a job too. I get paid from social media. I don't shower at night because I don't go to bed with my hair wet. That's dangerous. And I did shower, so why do I need to shower? Yes, I did. See? But yeah, I need to. Yeah, because it's cold, first of all. And you should never go to bed with your hair wet because you can. Yeah. It's not enough to live with a job. I can't afford to live anywhere if I had a job. I mean, I have a job. I make more on social media. Actually, I could afford to live somewhere. With social media, I was able to, but I already explained why I didn't have anywheres. Because people was harassing me. And I didn't want to move somewhere and put my name on a lease and then get evicted. So now I'm working on making a safe, secure place. In 2024, I made $3,000 in 1 month. 2024. The reason why I didn't have a place is because I didn't want to get evicted. What do you mean went to school? I did go to school. I'm not going to college. I can't afford college. And I don't need college to get a good paying job. Oh, nice. Congratulations. I don't want to live with someone that I don't know. So there's that. I already talked about the whole roommate situation. I don't want to live with someone that I don't know because roommates are not secure. Sorry, I'm cleaning my nails. Roommates are not secure. Doctors, because they want to go to school all that time for all that schooling. I have a job, so why would I get one? Plus, you don't know anything about roommates. Like, your roommates could just up and leave one day and then you have to pay the rent. But sometimes that is the case, right? And then they may deny me. That's why I can't bring that up. Because if I mention that, they may deny me, and I don't want to get denied. I know why it's called a lease. That's why I don't want to put my name on a lease and then get evicted. I know why. I know I have to put my name on a lease. Duh. But I'm not trying to risk it. Because if I get evicted, then I can't move anywhere else. Because once you have an eviction, it's harder for you to rent anywhere else. I'm unreliable. It has nothing to do with rent. The last place we got evicted was not because of rent. They didn't want their rent money. That's on them. Because once you have an eviction, you cannot rent a place. So an eviction is like having a police record. Some places will not rent to you with a police record, right? With certain police records. You know what? Hold on. Some places will not rent to you with a record, right? Same thing with apartments. They will not rent to you if you have an eviction. I won't be able to get into no apartments. If I have an eviction, they won't rent to me. Because, yes, like someone said, that means you're unreliable, considering that I didn't do anything. If I didn't do anything and I get evicted, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? That's why I gotta be careful. I need to go watch this movie. Sorry, I'm cleaning my nails. I would have had my new nails on, but I left them somewhere, so when I go back, I'm gonna put them on tomorrow. So mad that I left them. Because the last place that we got evicted from was because of social media. That's what I'm telling you. You don't have to do anything. If someone doesn't like you, they will evict you. People wrongfully evict people all the time They don't care if you did nothing or not. That's the way the world works. You can get evicted for no reason. It has happened. There was a lady that was at the shelter that was there because the guy wrongfully evicted her and she didn't do anything. Again, you don't have to do anything to get evicted. They will evict you no matter what. That's just the world. People are cruel. They don't care. We should know that we live in an uncaring world. We all know we live in an uncaring world. People do not care. Um, I went and made this like it's like a crystal resin thing, and I tried to take it out because I know some of the resin on top didn't dry. So I tried to take it out, and the not dried resin got stuck to my hands. So now there's a bunch of stuff stuck to my hands because I tried to wash it off with soap. I don't have to see things like that. That's true. People are uncaring. They don't care if you get evicted wrongfully. The last place we was at, we wrongfully got evicted. They even said we can stay there. They said we can reapply and we can live there. But they said my dad couldn't live there. At the time we was trying to get a place with my dad. So why would I want to live somewhere where my dad is not accepted? And then what am I gonna tell him? You have to go find a place here, take your disability and go look for some place. Like, that's messed up. If my dad wasn't going to be allowed to live with me, then why would I want to live there? I wasn't going to leave my dad without a place. And then what? To eventually be evicted anyways? Because they would have evicted me eventually anyways. Eventually they would have asked me to leave. I didn't want my dad there so he could pay the rent. I wanted my dad there because he had no place to live. Yes, my dad did pay the rent. And that was not even, for you to assume that is weird. You don't even know. You really don't know anything. My dad was not telling me I had to pay the rent because he knew how hard I was working and how hard I was trying. Unlike people that tells me to give up and quit. My dad wouldn't have had a lot of things if it wasn't for my social media. My dad had a smoking problem. I helped him with cigarettes when he needed it. I helped him with money for online websites, $400 when he needed it to start a business. There's a lot of things I helped him with. There's a lot of things that I did. See, because it's sticking. It's like sticky. Because resin is super sticky. And I hate it because it's on this nail. Or this area where I ripped my whole nail down to my skin. And it hurts. And I'm trying to scrape all of it off. So I don't eat that when I'm eating. Because, that's not safe. Hey, I need to cut this nail anyways because it's uneven. It's not growing properly. Well, some of it's growing and then, yeah, it's too. But, anyways, it's not just simple questions that I go off on, it's stupid questions. Especially when people are not trying to find out anything. They're asking questions to something they already know. They don't like me. They're not asking because they want to know. They're asking because they don't like me. Those are not people that care. They're uncaring. They have no care. To come online and say nobody gives a fuck, why are you on here? I just need a place to vent. I talk to people every day about my problems, and I need to still talk about my problems. How could you be uncaring? How could you not care? Sorry, I'm cleaning my nails, but also I got resin on my fingers and I washed with soap, but there's still some stuff stuck to my fingers, so I'm trying to scrape it off because it doesn't dry. Like, nobody knows what I'm doing. Nobody knows how hard I'm working. I'm trying to get me and my mom housing. I'm working on that, but people assume that I'm doing nothing, and they're uncaring. They question everything. I just want to be loved by someone. I just want to be happy, and it's hard. And then I'm also being told that being gay is wrong, that I'm not black, which that doesn't bother me. But it's the other stuff. People being ableist and saying I don't have disabilities. Yay, guys, I'm cured. Like, I can't even function. I don't know how people lacks empathy and is not caring. Like, how could you be so uncaring? No care. No care. That's why this world is so fucked up, because nobody cares. The world is the way that it is because what happened to all the caring people? What happened to all the people, that really cared? Where did all the empathy, where did all the love go? People just come on here to destroy people and then think that it's okay. They come on here to destroy someone's life and then turn around and blame them for destroying their life. Uncaring. And then I'm supposed to sit here and just accept that. I'm not supposed to talk about it. I'm not supposed to talk about the homophobia. Questioning if I'm bisexual. Well, yeah, you know what I mean? When you're saying I'm not too busy to visit her, I can't. I don't know how many times I've explained that. I'm not allowed on property. My mom already knows that. That's why she's not upset that I can't visit her. I've already said that. How many times do I have to say that? Why do I have to explain it? I can't meet up with her outside of property. It's a hassle. You're not understanding. She can't leave property. She has to get on a shuttle. It's a bus. It's a big old school bus. She has to get on the lift. She's afraid to get on the lift because she's afraid she'll fall off. Even though they will assist her, then she has to leave 2 hours early to get to the shuttle because I have to take her 2 hours early to make it back in time for my curfew. I cannot sit there and wait for her to get on the shuttle. I'm not going to leave her by herself to be assisted on a shuttle by herself. Something could happen. These people are not caring. They're uncaring of disabled people. The way to my mom, I don't even trust them helping her on and off a bus. I don't. You know what I watched? And I'm going to tell you what happened. I was on the bus, and this lady was drunk. Yes, she should have not been drinking. And obviously, they don't allow you if you're drunk. You know, rules are rules. So they told her she couldn't board the bus. She was visibly upset. You could tell she was very upset, and the security guard was pulling her as she was trying to get on the bus, visibly upset. She was like, how do I say it? She was like not crying, kind of like whining, but like not whining in a sense of like being a crybaby. She was really upset. You could tell like the worry in her because she knew she needed to get to this place to get sleep because she didn't have nowhere to go. That's what it was. He continuously kept pulling her as she was fighting him to get on the bus. He says, "You can't get on." When he refused to let her on the bus, she went wham and she fell backwards and smacked her head really hard. And she was laid out like she was not even moving. At that point, I was concerned because I'm like, this lady possibly got a concussion. And I get it. Rules are rules. They don't allow people that are drunk there, but they could have made an exception. And the way that he handled that lady, right, was very aggressively. It wasn't just like a small little pool. No. Because of what he did, he caused her to go wham. And then people literally was like, hey. And someone, I don't know if that was her friend, started freaking out, was like, she's not moving. She's not breathing. And at that point, I was freaked out because this poor lady's laid out, not moving. Then he called the police or called the ambulance, and he started feeling bad afterwards. Like, some of these people need to know how to treat people. And again, I'm not blaming her, but rules are rules. You can't show up to a place drunk. You have to be sober. If you want a place to sleep, then don't go out drinking all day and then come back and be drunk. Drunk people sometimes are rowdy people. Some of them just sleep it off. Some drunk people are not rowdy, but some people are rowdy, and some things happen when people are drunk. But for him to do that to her, that was not okay. You could visibly see that she was visibly upset. She was fighting to try to get on the bus, and he was denying her access. So, and this is why I said I can't see my mom, because I don't trust people to help her on and off a bus. Uh-oh. Oh, I think the thing fell. I know what it was. It's just that people are uncaring. That's the thing. I can't see my mom. I've already explained it because I'm not allowed on property. She can't see me because it's a hassle for her to get down here with the shuttle. That's what you're not understanding. I cannot help her to get down here, and then she has to leave 2 hours early. She's waiting for the shuttle for 2 hours or however long in the heat. Mind you, it's too hot. She has asthma. She cannot be waiting for a shuttle in the heat. It is too hot. Where is she going to go for that amount of time? That would be uncaring for me to leave her in the heat. And it's not excuses. There is no possible way for me to see her. She understands that. Why can't you understand that? She has no issues. She has no problems because I talk to her every day on the phone. We just talked today. I can't meet her in the front of the building. I'm not allowed on property. The front of the building is property. It's a parking lot in the middle of nowhere. I don't have a way to get there. I don't have money to spend $50 for a $50 trip to be told that I have to leave property. The only reason I was able to see her is because we were driving there to pick her up to get her social security card, and I was leaving property. I was not staying on property. That's the only way I could see her. If I go to visit her and I'm on property for more than 5 minutes, they're going to ask me to leave. You're not understanding that. And then you want to say you're not the reason, but if people hadn't falsely called the police, then I would have had a place. Then I would have still been there. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not bothering anybody. So why do you think it's okay for people to harass me? I'm not bothering anybody. I just make lip sync videos and enjoy music. I don't mess with anybody. I'm just trying to enjoy what life has. I don't bother nobody. I don't bother anyone. I defend myself, and I can't defend myself. I'm supposed to just let people lie on me. And then people are mad at how I respond. But people say worse things to me, but that's okay. I just make lip sync videos. I just, play music on YouTube. I just want to travel and take trips and hang out with people and enjoy life. I can't even do that because I'm restricted. I keep getting put from one place to another and having excuses about my housing, which have nothing to do with having a job. And no one wants to understand because they think life is just gets easier once you get a job. I have a job. That's not the issue. You just don't like that I'm on social media. What does social media have anything to do with me literally doing lip sync videos and listening to music? Why can I not enjoy that? Why can I not just do these things without people saying get off social media? I'm not going to get off social media, so block me. Why are you here complaining about that? How does that affect you? I can make videos and have a job. That's what my job is, making videos. Why do I have to work for you to stop harassing me? That does not make sense. I'm not doing anything. I have a job, so why are you mad? My living situation has nothing to do with not having a job. I keep telling you that. The programs that I applied for, I qualify for. So why don't I have housing? No, it doesn't. I keep telling you that. It has nothing to do with having a job. I'm not even going to argue with you. You can say whatever you want. I'm going to have a job and I'm not going to be able to afford to live. So what the fuck now? What the fuck now? Because people love to sit here, and now I am going to get angry because you don't fucking know. Having a job does not give you a fucking place to live. I'm still going to be here while working a job because I can't afford to live with a job. My brother couldn't afford to live with his job. We were still living in the car and he was still working at Jimmy John's. Make that make the fuck sense. Because if he could afford to get us a place to live, he would have got us a place to live. With my income coming with social media too, we could have afforded a place to live. I explained why I can't afford a place to live. People wrongfully evict people all the time. They don't need a reason. They don't need a reason to evict someone. They just do it. That's the way the world is. You have people that are uncaring people. Again, I was wrongfully evicted at the last place, so what makes you think it's not going to happen again? It does not matter. I watched a guy work for a moving company living out of his car. You cannot tell me otherwise that people are making a living wage. Did you know that minimum wage was not for regular people? Do you know how living Do you know how minimum wage started? Minimum wage started for college students. It wasn't for regular people. Minimum wage didn't start as out for people to make a living wage. That's not what minimum wage was for. If you didn't know that, goodbye. My brother wasn't taking care of anything. My brother spent his money on his cars. He didn't give me any money. My brother was not taking care of me. Yes, he did help sometimes with the rent, but I also helped with the rent. He I helped him when he didn't have money to pay off that car. That white Jetta that he had when we were at the motel, I helped him pay that off. When I got paid that $1,000, he asked me for $200 of it to pay off the car, and I said sure. I paid for the car insurance that was in the car $180. That $200 transmission, I think it was the transmission or the alternator. I can't remember. I paid $200 for that car part for the car to be running. I also paid I was gonna pay for the tow truck that was going to tow his other car. I paid for that. Mind you, everything I had, I paid for. He didn't pay for nothing. CDs, things that he wanted from the thrift store, I paid for that. Mind you, he bought his own stuff. He didn't need to ask me for money sometimes because he had a job, but he was making payments, and you only get paid so much from your paycheck. You should know that. He wanted to pay it off right away, so I said, sure. Yes, he did help. He was of a big help. I'm not going to say he didn't help at all. He was an awesome brother. But for you to act like I wasn't contributing is crazy. I did contribute. I didn't let him do everything on his own. When he was spending his money on his cars, I was helping out. I paid the storage. I was the one that was keeping the storage paid until I couldn't pay it, and then he started paying the storage. He understood. And when I had the money too, I would pay the storage. I would say, hey, let me pay the storage when I could. I didn't expect him to do everything. To sit here and say that he took care of me is crazy. Even his friend, he talked to his friend before he passed away because people want to make this assumption you was not there. He looked at his friend and he said, do you think this social media stuff is a good idea? He had a talk with his friend about my social media because he wanted to know, do you think this social media stuff is a good idea? She said, yes, I do think it's a good idea. He had no issues with it after that. He was accepting because if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have had a running car. And for people to try to sit here and say that he didn't want me on social media because of one incident that was way before he even had a discussion about my social media is crazy. He literally told me to get off social media because people were showing up to the door, which I had no control over, right? People already knew where I was at. Even if I was on or offline, they still would have continued to keep sending people. Then, when he had the conversation with his friend, he realized he did not care if I was on social media anymore or not because he accepted it. He had a whole conversation with his friend. To literally sit here and talk about something y'all don't know about is crazy. Yeah, someone may not like something in the past, but they can change their viewpoint. Some of y'all be so crazy. You don't know anything you talk about. And I was not friends with a murderer, by the way. Because I know someone said earlier I was friends with a murderer. It was a self defense case. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that. She was defending herself from a man that was punching her in the face because she tried to close the door to her own apartment. I don't know why people keep coming in here and talking about a situation you don't know nothing about because you want to call black people violent. You want to say black people are a danger to society. He got into a heated argument with her. She went to close her door. And when she went to close her door, that's when he attacked her. And he punched her in the face. He blocked the door with his foot and started punching her in the face. And when he punched her in the face, she defended herself by stabbing him. It's self defense. She stabbed. Well, I don't know where she stabbed him. If she stabbed him in the face, I don't know. I didn't see. I saw him, but I didn't really look at his face to see if he was stabbed in the face. It doesn't matter. It's still self-defense. It doesn't matter where he was stabbed. You're literally saying that it's okay for a man to punch a woman. You're defending a man hitting women. So that man is abusive. That is literally abuse. He was abusing his wife. He was abusing his girlfriend. And she had to talk about it to the police because he was abusing. That's how the whole thing started. And because she had to talk to the police, he showed up angry at her door trying to start an argument with her. She did not want to engage, so she went to close her door. He then blocked the door with his foot and started punching her. That is someone that sounds dangerous and violent. Punching a woman for no reason because she tried to de escalate the situation by closing her door and not having a further conversation with you. And you want to sit here and say it's okay for a man to punch somebody for no reason because they're trying to de escalate the situation. That is weird. First of all, she didn't bring a knife. That's why would she have a knife? Like, do you not understand? She didn't know she was gonna get punched. So why would, like, people carry things for protection? They have a right to have weapons for protection. That literally makes no sense. He punched her for no reason because he's violent, he's angry, and he's mad. That's why. What the heck is going on? Like, why is the chat stuck? Like, hello? Like, the whole chat is stuck. Bruh. Sorry, the chat froze. But anyways, the reason why I went into the conversation about that person, right, and their charges was because the reason being is that, like, defending someone, punching someone, and being violent is crazy for no reason. If someone's closing their door and you block it with your foot and start punching them, is that not violent? Whether or not what she did to defend herself, that's self-defense. To try to justify someone punching somebody, that's crazy. Hey. She was not in love with the female neighbor. The neighbor was getting abused. The man that punched my friend was abusing his girlfriend, his wife, or whoever he was with. He was abusing her. He punched her because she talked to the police about him being abusive. They asked her questions because she was witness to his abuse. And because of that, they asked her a question and she talked to them. So then, when he went to the door, he started an argument with her. Well, he can say whatever he wants, right? Men are going to say they're not abusive all the time, but they are. He got violent and angry in the store. I saw him. I had an interaction with him. We were at Marshall's. I was shopping. She freaked out. She was scared. Freaked out. She looked like she saw a ghost. And she said, "You know who's here?" And I said, "Who's here?" And I got scared because she looked scared. And then she told me the guy. And I was like, oh, so she snuck out because I said, we gotta go. At this point, we had to go. He started screaming in the store because he saw her getting angry and sounding violent. And I was like, yeah, I better leave. Like, that does not sound the guy that's safe and stable, by the way. Men are gonna say they're not abusive. Of course a man would say he's not abusive. He is. If someone's closing the door and you go to punch somebody for no reason, that is a very violent person. What does her closing the door on him? Why are we justifying men punching women? Does it matter what the woman did to cause that man to punch her? It does not matter what someone does. That's like justifying ICE killing innocent people. Oh, well, why are we even justifying that? She didn't stab him first. He punched her first. She didn't stab him first. He punched her because she closed the door on him and he blocked the door with his foot and started punching her. You're trying to make justifications because she has mental illness. That's crazy. Now you're trying to be ableist. Her mental illness has nothing to do with the situation. She was stable when it happened. She was stable. I'm not even going to get into the other stuff that I heard that she told me, which was horrific and horrible what happened to her. Because it's not just that one man that has done something. It's always a man behind the reason why people are hurt and harmed. And no one wants to talk about how men are really violent. You can't even just turn down a man and a woman is getting stabbed in her head, getting stabbed 38 times because she refused to give a man her number. Again, we need to stop justifying violent men because men are very violent. You can't say no to a man, because this man walked up to this woman and asked her for a cigarette. She said no. Why don't you go get a job? And he stabbed her to death. Why are we defending these violent men? You can't say no to a man, right? I ignored a man and he stalked me every single day. And I didn't go up to his truck. I didn't talk to him. I didn't give him nothing. I ignored this man and he stalked me and was going to kidnap me. Just because I rejected him and ignored him. And you want to justify violent men? I ignored a man and he stalked me every single day. And the reason I didn't get kidnapped, like I said, is because the cop pulled up. He stopped at a red light, tried to unbuckle his seatbelt. He couldn't unbuckle his seatbelt because when he unbuckled his seatbelt, it was stuck. And as he was struggling with the seatbelt, a cop pulled up. He knew what he was doing because he took off when the cop pulled up. If he wasn't trying to do what he was going to do, then he would have continued. But then the cop would have thought it was weird. Why are you trying to unbuckle your seatbelt at a red light? I froze because I didn't know what to do. I just froze. I was in fear because this guy is, every single day he would drive by and watch me. Every single day he would stalk me because he called me to his truck. He was drunk. Mind you, he didn't drive like he was drunk. His eyes were always bloodshot red. And he said, "Psst, come here, to his truck. It was a green truck. I said, no, I don't know you, so I'm not going to go to your truck. I didn't say that. I said that in my head. I just walked across the street and I kept going to where I needed to go. I ignored him. Like, I'm not going to go to your truck. I don't know you like that. And I got stalked for ignoring this man. And he followed me every single day. When I was out and waiting for the bus, he would drive down one side street and then drive back. And he would be going down the side streets and just driving back and forth, watching me as I'm sitting at the bus stop. I'm not going to go back home and feel like I can't go out and go shopping because of this man. And you want to justify violent men is weird. You don't know the situation. You're making up a situation. She was defending herself. She's not coming for me because I didn't say anything bad about her, so. Like, you guys never take anything seriously. You think this is all fun and games, and you sit here and you make jokes when I'm talking about things that happen to me. These are real life things that happen to women every day, and here we are justifying violent men. And then you say, who's we? Well, if it doesn't apply to you, then don't respond. But you ain't calling out people who's defending that. I didn't share her business on the internet. Other people did. I didn't share her business on the internet. Other people posted her police record, and she knows that. She knows I didn't share anything. And other people are talking about her charges. And they're trying to say that I'm friends with a murderer. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it. Is because I'm not friends with a murderer. And I didn't do anything. So, that's why it's being talked about. Because they mentioned it. And there's proof. Because I got screenshots from the Discord. So we ain't gonna lie. I was given screenshots. I didn't tell anyone about her. I didn't say anything about her online. You know how people knew about her? Because she was responding to people from her TikTok. I didn't even know she had a TikTok. She was defending me and went and DM'd people and was talking to them in DMs defending me. I didn't tell her to go do that. I said, do not respond to these people. She continued. I didn't know she had a TikTok, nor did I tell anyone about her. No one even knew me and her were friends. I kept my social media to myself. I didn't mention her in any lives. I didn't say anything until recently because people now know. Before then, I kept my stuff private. Nobody knew me and her were friends. People filmed us and assumed she was my girlfriend and came up with the nickname Shelterchu. No, I didn't say anything. I'm just shopping. I'm just running errands and doing important things, and people are taking pictures of us together. I didn't do that. Other people did. How do I take a picture of myself if I'm in the picture and it's from far away? Make that make sense. Because you really want to sit here and say how, oh, you want to make yourself the victim. Okay, well, explain. How do I take a picture of myself from far away and I'm in the picture? I don't mention anybody. She got mentioned because people mentioned her. I didn't bring her to the internet. She responded to people on her TikTok account I didn't even know she had. I didn't even know she was responding. She's the one who found out about my social media. I didn't tell her. Someone told her I was TikTok famous because she's like, oh, I heard you're TikTok famous. And I was like, yeah, you know. I didn't expect her to go start defending me. I didn't expect her to go respond to people. She did that. And then it came to this. Then they looked her up and looked up her record because obviously I know why they did, and I am going to say the reason. They saw she was black, so they said she must have a record. Let's look up her record and see her record. Because she's black. When white people do something on my live, no one's looking up their record. Why is it always black people? They did it with my dad. They posted his record and he's black. I never seen them post with someone that was white and post their record. I've never seen them post a white person's record. I don't have contact with her, so I mean, they do because they find them. They go and they find them, and then they watch them destroy themselves and post videos. Like Joshua Block was drinking and harming himself, and people were posting him doing things in the street. That guy that he was with was taking advantage of him. There was another guy that was taking advantage of someone, right? I forget his name. He lived on a boat or something. These people use these people for money sometimes. They do it all the time. They know they can make money off these people, so they do. The guy was not helping Joshua Block. He was letting him drink himself away and not helping him, that one guy that told him his luggage was gone and scared him. And then he got freaked out, Joshua Block, and he thought his luggage was gone. And then he said, "Oh no, wait, we found your luggage. Don't worry." Yeah. Daniel Larson, same thing. Crystal. Crystal was the reason why he was homeless. Crystal was the reason for that toothbrush video. Crystal was telling him he didn't need to work and that people were going to pay his bills from Discord. Because people did research and looked into it and found out she was behind a lot of things. They tracked it to her. Well, no, I'm going to put some nails on. I don't like her like that, and I don't know how many times I have to tell people that. And she's not the one who told me. They know who they are. But, which I do agree, which is why I like wearing nails to begin with. I forgot my nails, so when I go tomorrow, I'm going to put my nails on. Anyway, someone told me someone told me that basically, well, not basically, but someone told me that my nails look pretty when I have press-on nails on, which I do like, so I wear press-on nails. That's fine. Because I do think they look nicer with press-on nails. She goes, "You have beautiful hands and like nails when you wear press-ons," so I wear them. I mean, when you value someone's opinions, you're gonna, take the opinion. Why are you telling people that? Like, no one needs to know that you're throwing up. Right? No one needs to know that. Oop, hold on, guys. What happened? Really? Hold on. Now that's supposed to turn off. Hold on. What the heck? Where'd it go? Wait, hold on. No, I didn't say none. Where's the... No. Hold on. Like, it turned my thing off. Why does it do that? Like, seriously. That's not safe. Like, what if somebody... Like, what if... That's not at all. That's really not safe. Well, have a good day or night where you guys are. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna get off. But have a good day or night. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.